Okay, welcome back, America, to your Caribou Data Science channel. This is the evening of January 2nd, 2022, and it's time for our daily COVID-19 analysis for the US of A. Before we get started, America, I do have one request to ask you today. That's that you click on the like button next to the video, okay? So is anybody back on Twitch besides me yet? Okay, America, let's just take a look at something here. Okay, America, let's see what we got here. Oh, by the way, America, did I mention it'd be really fantastic if you click the like button next to the video today? Okay, anyway, so what you can see here is since January of 2020, we've had 57 million cases. Since the first week of April of 2020, I'm sorry, the first week of February of 2020, we've had 830,000 deaths. Okay, so let's take a look at the quarters, cases by year. This isn't good. We're only 4 days into the year, and we're already seeing a fair amount of cases here. And of course, this could include some numbers from like December the 31st or something like that. Okay. What about quarters? Well, the good news is the fourth quarter so far. The first quarter of 2022 is the lowest number of cases for any quarter for any quarter so far. Okay. Uh, Look, we got to take the good news where we can find it. Again, we had this big spike up last week for some odd last month in cases in the U.S. And you can see this month here is not starting off good with cases. Look at this. We almost caught these two cases right there, and we're already past these here. So the year, but I want to remind us that there's one thing we need to remind ourselves. That's that deaths is more important than cases. We can't allow ourselves to become distracted by cases, or for that matter, we can't allow ourselves to be distracted from by hospital bed talk. Okay. The most important number, according to Washington University's Institute of Health Metric and Evaluation, says the single best measure of the spread of a pandemic is daily deaths. Okay, daily deaths, not hospital beds and not cases. Okay, but you can see here, of course, look at the big spike we had last month, and look where we are already for the month of January. Now here's a weekly case. We had a nice spring and summer, but then we had this spike here, which kind of knocked us for a loop. And now we can see these weekly cases here that are spiking. Hopefully this is going to be the beginning of a new downward trend. Okay, maybe even the beginning of the end. So you can see here again, we had this big spike here that's over 1 million cases. I find it very hard to believe that we had over 1 million new cases on January the 3rd. That just makes no sense. That has to include Friday, Saturday, and Sunday's numbers. It's ridiculous because that would dwarf any other number of cases we had before. And this is why we're going to look at this number here instead. As of January 4th, for the 7-day period ending January the 4th, we were averaging 503,291 cases per day. But look at where we came from. This is still an average, okay? What about deaths by year? You can see we even have a few deaths creeping up right there because this would be 50,000 deaths, okay? What about quarters? Yeah, we can say the same thing. So far, the first quarter of 2020 is the lowest quarter so far for COVID-19 deaths. Okay. Again, a nice declining pattern here in terms of monthly deaths. Uh, and we see your deaths for this month. They're looking pretty good. I mean, this line here again is 12,500. So hopefully this death is going to stay below this number right here, and that'd be a very good number. Okay. What about weekly deaths? Again, the declining pattern. Hmm, it's too soon to tell. Uh, and you can see on January the 4th, we had 2,384 deaths, with a 14-day average of January 4th of 1,326 deaths per day. Now, here's the question. Again, that spike there really kind of threw our numbers for a loop. Okay, I really don't think I really don't think for every 100,000 people in the U.S. we have 300 cases of COVID-19. Sorry, I just don't buy it. Okay. Plus, this is multiplied by 100,000. So in actual fact, on a per capita basis, we're well under one person per day. Okay. Let's just try a little something here. Let's just come all the way down here. Let's do a second plot. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Let's look at the actual per capita ranking. Okay. Let's do the same thing down here. Because to a certain extent, multiplying by 100,000 is good, but in actual fact, we probably don't have, we probably don't have there. So let's run this again here. Because we want to see what the actual number of cases per capita is. Now the question is this, can the per capita amount be greater than one? Can you have 2 cases per capita? Okay. So remember, this is cases per 100,000. I think the number is probably closer down here, about 200 right now. Okay. But let's take a look at per capita. Okay. So this means we have tens, 100,000. So right now we have 1/3,000th of a person per capita that's dying who is currently has COVID-19. So that's why this up here can be a little misleading. Uh, what about deaths? Well, here's the good news about deaths. This number here is one half of a person. So currently, less than one half of a person per 100,000 is dying from COVID-19. What about the now? Let's look at the raw numbers here. Look at this. I don't even know what this is. 100,000, something like that. Tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions. So this is the portion of a person who's dying per 100 per capita in the U.S. from COVID-19. That's probably a number the administration and news media doesn't want you to see. Okay, they don't want you to know how really know the deaths that how what the actual number of percentage of the people per capita has cases and is died has been diagnosed with cases and so again we can't allow ourselves to be bamboozled by the CDC, by the Biden administration, by the liberal media, the talking heads. Okay, the situation is not nearly as bad as they want us to think. Okay. But anyway, America, that does conclude our report for today. And that also concludes my My COVID-19 analysis is for today. And again, America, before I let you go, the favor I have to ask you today, click on the like button next to the video, please.